Welcome back to a brand new Fantasy League video on the channel. Today, we've got a brand new Game Week 1 team selection, and it's going to be a very interesting video because this year I'm gunning for top spot. Now, in my league, I have a few different teams where basically we look and we try out different methods to try rank as highly as possible. I'm talking an all-out England team, an all-out defense team, my main team, and then this one right here. Now, this is a super interesting one. It's a new method, basically, I'm devising for this season, and it's called the triples. So what I mean by this is that every single team, the big teams, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, I'm going to have 3 players from all of those teams who finished high up in the league last year in hope that they're going to perform really well this season. And if they do so, I'm not only going to have 1 player in the points, I'm going to have 3. So if we work our way down the list, straight up, Man City. Now, this is a tiny bit of a risky one purely because of the amount that these players play. So Mahrez has gone off to, you know, wherever he's gone to. He's gone to Saudi Arabia, I believe. But Haaland, I think he's a must-have up front. I then come along to the midfield. I think that, you know, Grealish now with Mahrez gone as well could get more game time. He's obviously got Foden as well to think about, which is probably going to be, you know, heavily featuring now that Mahrez has gone. So I could either go for Grealish or Foden or De Bruyne. Now, again, I think I'm going to go for Foden for the value proposition right here. So if I get in Phil Foden back from injury, having a really strong time. And then in the defence, I'm going to go for none other than John Stones. Or I could go for Kyle Walker, but he might be on the way out. Or maybe I could go for Ake, who looks to be featuring quite a lot this year. Yeah, so I'll go for Ake, actually, at a decent price point there. And then we come on to who finished second, Arsenal. So notice how I'm tripling up. I just think that Foden's going to feed Haaland. And I think that Ake could be a consistent starter this year, given they've got quite a few transfers in and out. So, yeah, moving on to Arsenal, I think if we start up top, Jesus has also got to be that #1 striker. And then I look at the midfield. Again, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard really are quite strong in their Havertz. They've got such a stacked midfield. They've got 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be quite a competitive place. Odegaard and Rice are going to be playing much more central, whereas Havertz could possibly be playing up front with Jesus. We'd have to wait and see. But I am actually going to get in Martinelli. He's had a fantastic pre-season. He's scored quite a few goals in recent times. And then when we come over to the defence, I think that Tomiyasu could be an interesting possible value proposition. Same for Zinchenko. But Ben White is more of a guaranteed starter. He really had a fantastic time last season. And he had quite a few assists and goals. So I think looking at where he's going to play this year, I think with Saliba and Gabriel in the centre-back position, I think he could be much more of the defensive, but more attacking at the same time. That made no sense. What I mean is he's going to be playing left or right back, and I think he's going to be getting forward. He often rotates, though, to be fair. Right, so that's Arsenal, and who came third? Man United, right? They're looking for a striker. I think they need a striker, and I think if they get one, they're going to be on fantastic form. How's the bank looking? 52 million left. It's fine. We've spent a lot, but it's slowly now going to be calming down a bit. So I'm going to get in Martial. If they get another striker, then I will look at changing that around. When we go over to the midfield, I think that we're looking at, you know, Garnacho is quite possibly a real good punt if he gets a lot of game time. Now, Rashford is quite expensive at 9 million, but he performed amazing. Fernandes as well. But I like the idea of getting in Mount or Anthony. And I feel like Anthony is really slowly coming along and he's just waiting for that breakout season. So I am going to get Anthony in. And I also feel like he'll rotate around with Martial. So I feel like I'm guaranteed to have one of those playing. And then none other than Luke Shaw in defence. Because Luke Shaw, you know, he's come back recent times and he's really quite a strong starter in the team right now. So if I'm looking at playing 3-4-3, I'm then going to get in one more midfielder, and we're going to go down to 4th place, Newcastle, and that midfielder is going to be, again, Harvey Barnes, brand new signing. They wanted Maddison, but Harvey Barnes is in instead. Had a good season at Leicester, considering their position, and Almiron, of course, he's the star man. Same for Wilson and Isaac, but I feel like Harvey Barnes could be a real great addition to this team. Now, Botman is a great value proposition, and then in goal, Nick Pope as well, so we're tripling up there. And then we've got 16.5 million to get our last triple in. And we're going to head over to Luton, actually, and we're just going to get in... Actually, let's not go to Luton. Let's go to Let's go to Chelsea. Why not? Because they've got Encensio, who's probably going to be quite a good player for his price of 5 million, and he's always going to start. So it's a real great filler, purely because of his likelihood of starting. Mudryk as well is 6.5 million. If he plays well, he could be a really interesting candidate. Thiago Silva, again, I think he'll play a lot of games. And same for Colwill, if he stays there. But for safety right now, I think I'm going to get in Kepa right there. And then finally, with a bit of money spare, Chilwell. So, right, let's call this triples for the team name. We agree, choose a club, we'll choose Bournemouth for the sake of it. And then this right here is the team. So we're going to get in, exactly as I said, triples of the players. Now, it's all about having all 3 players from the same team in and live at the same time. So, again, starting off, we've got 3 Man City right there. We've got 3 Arsenal. And then we're just going to get in 3 Man United as well. So, again, it's kind of messed up ever so slightly, the lines. But this is the exact route we're looking to take. Now, I'm going to play my bench boost on the first game week because why not? But we can see that if Ake keeps a clean sheet and Man City have a great week, I'm going to be quids in. Same for Arsenal, same for Man United, and then even to an extent Newcastle with Pope and Harvey Barnes. Now, let me know what you think of this tactic, tripling up on the players. It's a real interesting one. It has been proven in some cases to work really well, especially in the higher scoring weeks. However, sometimes in the lower scoring weeks, you know, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. If there's no clean sheets or there's not many goals in a game week, you could be suffering a tiny bit. However, I think this year could go down very well. So thank you very much for watching this. Let me know if you'd have picked other players from these 3 teams. And let me know on your main team if you've got any hidden gems that we should know about, right? Amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care, leave a like and subscribe.